quite a challenge. Is this as big a challenge as you'll have this year, you think?
I think so. We had to put up some fence. That was a little bit difficult, but other than that, I mean, if you can call this hard, I mean, it's fun.
You having a good time?
Yeah, we're having fun.
You're going to have a good time all during camp?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
But of course, the motto this year, the goal is to go to the Super Bowl. You get caught up in the excitement around this team, though?
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun. We have the best fans. You can't help but get excited when you walk out to the fields and you see the same faces every day, and everybody's ready to go first thing in the morning.
This is Upper Sayre Park, which will be the Eagles' home away from home for the next 2.5 weeks. Tomorrow, some rookies, some free agents, and selected veterans will begin to show up here as the Eagles season 2004, a season of great expectations, officially begins. At Lehigh University, Jack Brayboy, Channel 6 Action News.
Coming up at 6 more on the Eagles who are ready and Smarty Jones who is not.
That's right. It's nice when Monica pays attention to your sportscast.
Very
She
careful.
likes certain athletes,
Yes, she
doesn't
does.
Variety in the shots.
Athletes named Burl. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Wide
You
shot, I
guys
think is
don't.
what.
Watch 3 of the brightest minds from the University of Southern California, Harvard, and Yale University going head-to-head for 50 grand and a new car. It's the college championship from Yale on the next Jeopardy!
Tonight at 7, here on 6 ABC.
Luxury means never leaving home, even when you leave home. Surround yourself with DVD entertainment for 7 passengers. 315 horsepower. Remarkable handling. Satellite navigation, a rear-view monitor, and the most second-row legroom in its class. Introducing Infinity's new full-size SUV, the QX56. Unexpected? Expect nothing less from Infinity.
I remember the first time I walked into Blinds to Go. I was amazed. There are thousands of blinds and shades on display in every style and color imaginable. I mean, you really have to see it to believe it.
And everything's made in their own factory. That's why they have the lowest prices.
And the staff is so helpful. They showed us several options to meet our budget.
The biggest selection, best prices you'll find. Blinds to Go, Blinds to Go, Blinds to Go. The best place for blinds.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now, current GM owners and lessees can lease a 2004 Impala sedan for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details. See your local Chevy dealer.
Forecast, plenty of sunshine through today, sticky and humid with a high of 96. With the wind out of the east at 14 miles per hour, it's currently...
And we're still enjoying our tomatoes that were a gift from Dave Roberts
Very
from
nice.
the Accu Garden, correct?
The Accu Garden.
Or Acme.
No, the garden.
Okay.
Get busy, make that salad now.
I will.
Tomato salad. Throwing their tomatoes. I don't believe it. Storm Tracker 6 Live, there's the scan. There is nothing out there to report. No precipitation. Let's check the numbers today. Philadelphia, we got up to 84 degrees. Very, very good. The normal high 86. The record high 101 set in 1892. That's a long, long time ago. Here's the satellite along with action radar over the past 12 hours. You can see precipitation to the west and the cloud cover. That's in the process of moving in, that along with some offshore moisture. As we look across the U.S. of A., look at all this precipitation. Heavy stuff through Kentucky and Tennessee, right down here into the Gulf. The heavy stuff stays to our south, but we've got some rain on the way come later on tonight into tomorrow in the early morning hours. Now, the overnight situation brings us these conditions, 68 degrees, mostly cloudy. There could be a shower around, mostly north and west of the city, but that's just iffy right now. No big deal out of that one. That's the overnight situation. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 80 degrees, clouds and showers, even the possibility of a thunderstorm as the moisture moves in. If you're going to be down at the shore tomorrow, clouds and sun down there, they could see a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm. The burn index is low. The water temperature 73 degrees. It's 80 in Cape May, anticipated tomorrow, and 78 up in Long Beach Island. That's down the shore. Now let's take a look at Wednesday as we move ahead, and you'll see the frontal system in the process of just pulling up to the north. But you can see it brings somewhat warmer air with it, 84 degrees. We start with clouds, then some sun. Could have a little rain in the morning. That's the situation on Wednesday. Call from AccuWeather. The clouds are moving in. That's what's going on. Take a look at the numbers. 68 degrees up there in the Poconos, 75 for Atlantic City, 77 in Trenton. 64 was the low, 84 degrees was the official high today. In the Northeast, 80 outside the station, 81 for Center City, 80 at the airport, 79 in Camden. Let's go live now. We'll look to the city. Got a little mixture there. Mostly cloud cover, though. And we'll show you the 5 o'clock numbers. We're at 80 degrees, humidity 52%, the barometer 30.08. It's falling. Winds out of the east, 13 miles an hour. The ocean temperature, 73 degrees. Exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast tonight, turning cloudy. You just saw that. Overnight low about 68 degrees. Tomorrow we're looking for showers and thunderstorms. Considerable cloudiness tomorrow, the high of 80 degrees. And on Wednesday, cloudy, then sun, probably some sun in the morning, some showers in the morning, 84 degrees. And then look at Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right, warm and humid, 86, 88 degrees, a return to summer. So clouds are moving in, some showers are on the way. And the tomatoes are still sitting on the desk.
Behaving themselves, where we can keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Much more action news coming your way. We'll be right back. Note.
After 10 years, singer George Michael goes public.
Arrested for lewd acts. You gotta tell us what happened.
Okay, this is absolutely what happened. Next Oprah.
Tomorrow at 4 here on 6 ABC.
Excuse me, ma'am. I just need to ask you a few questions. Does your family know you're here?
Yes.
Any plans for the rest of the afternoon?
No. Why do you ask?
Ma'am, it's a Sealy. And what time would you like your wake-up call?
Posturepedic twin mattresses are just $139, and Posturepedic queen sets are only $399. All with free delivery and more. Only at the Sealy Sleep Centers at Raymore and Flanagan.
I'm sorry, I was driving too fast.
No, really, totally my fault.
The good thing is we're okay.
There's so many more important things in life. If I'm not mistaken, you must be gelling. Like Magellan.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are made from the softest gel ever created. If you and your shoes don't feel outrageously comfortable, you get your money back. Guaranteed.
Come on, move it! Listen to that yelling. He's so not gelling.
Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season, Pontiac Summer Drive. Now choose big cash back, or non-GM owners and lessees lease a 2004 Vibe for around $199 a month. Residents and restrictions apply. Call for details. The performance of the year, the ride of a lifetime. Now playing at Pontiac dealers everywhere.
All this week, Channel 6 Action News has the Democratic National Convention covered. From the politics to the policing and the looming threats of our new world. Live from the Democratic National Convention in Boston. Wherever there's news, there's Action News.
Topping our People Scene tonight, controversial filmmaker Michael Moore making the rounds at the Democratic National Convention in Boston. Moore's getting quite a lot of attention, a lot of media attention. He was asked if it was hypocritical that some of the people who bashed him for his views on President Bush are now embracing him.
Who might have been booing a year ago aren't booing today. But look, all they did was they believed their president. I never felt bad toward anybody, for instance, you know, who booed my speech at the Oscars, because all they were doing was believing their president.
Meantime, Moore's movie, Fahrenheit 9/11, criticizes President Bush and his policies. It passed the $100 million mark over the weekend, and that makes it the first documentary to reach that milestone.
Right now, Jim Gardner and the Action News team standing by with these stories and more next at 6. A fire breaks out in a row home in Trenton. Some people make it out, but 3 people do not. And as the Democratic Convention begins, Teresa Heinz Kerry is ready to rumble. We will have reaction from Boston.
Those stories and much more coming your way next at 6. Now for Dave Roberts, Cecily Tynan, Scott Palmer, Gary Papa, Monica Malpass, the entire Action News team, I'm Rick Williams. Have a nice evening.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Verizon Communications.
Hello world, hear the song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. A whole lot of loving is what we'll be bringing. We'll make you happy.
If you played Powerball this week, keep your chin up. You see, Pennsylvania's biggest jackpot game just rolled over to $44 million.
We'll make you happy.
See? All better.
Coors Light, music down cold. Catch the freshest new music on Jimmy Kimmel Live and unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
Lots of room and plenty of sunshine.
Once they're done looking at houses, the Stantons will meet with their Wachovia mortgage specialist, who will help them choose the mortgage that makes sense for them. Once they move in, they'll build a nice, tall fence. Talk to a Wachovia mortgage specialist today.
Turn to David Murphy and AccuWeather on Action News. Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program with Gary Papa, Dave Roberts, and Jim Gardner.
Monday night, police investigate the discovery of a body after a fire in Upper Darby, and they're getting ready for presidential politics on the Ben Franklin Parkway. But the big story in Action News tonight is the investigation into fire tragedy in Trenton. This is the way it looked from Chopper 6 as flames erupted at 33 Garfield Avenue very early this morning. And when the smoke cleared, the extent of the tragedy was painfully apparent. 3 people were dead, including 2 young children. New Jersey correspondent Kathy Gandolfo is live at the scene tonight with the full story. Kathy?
Well, good evening, Jim. The investigation is continuing and nothing has been ruled out at this time. However, we do know that the fire started in the rear of the first floor. And when it was over, 3 people were killed and 18 left homeless. The fast-moving 2-alarm fire broke out at 5 a.m., destroying 33 Garfield Avenue and damaging 4 other houses. It claimed the lives of 21-year-old Sharita Furquan and her 2 sons, 3-year-old Cameron Isabel and 2-year-old Aquintus Isabel. Those who escaped were Furquan's grandmother, 56-year-old Ida Lee, 7-year-old Samuel Portis, and 72-year-old John Childs.
Were you able to get to the children at all?
I did. One of them looked like touched my hand when I went to the hole, but the smoke was so thick and forceful, it pushed me back. I guess he ran back in there with his mother. I guess, I don't know.
Childs and the others who got out fled through a second-floor window, across the porch roof, and into the home of Eden Carius.
She told me, it's a fire, you know, and I'm up in the window. I'm just telling my wife, take my kid and get out, you know, and start to help them because they own, you know.
About 2 years ago, the city of Trenton closed the firehouse around the corner from today's fire scene. Some wonder if it could have made a difference today. Trenton fire officials say no, the existing firehouse is only a half a mile further, and there was sufficient manpower this morning. Still, the fire spread quickly.
It was up in the walls, and there was also some of that loose insulation, that sprayed in loose insulation, the old stuff, and that made it very hard for us to find all the hidden fire.
Family and friends are grief-stricken. One fainted at the scene and was taken to a hospital.
They were a good, loving family. That's basically, you know, and they were good people, and lives were lost, which is a sad day.
A very sad day for the family and for this neighborhood. Officials say there was one smoke detector in the house, however, it wasn't working. Live in Trenton, I'm Kathy Gandolfo, Channel 6 Action News. Jim.
Thank you, Kathy. And there are plenty of questions tonight after a fire today in Upper Darby. Firefighters found the body of a woman after putting out the blaze on Kingston Road. Action News reporter Michelle McCormack is live from that fire scene with the story. Michelle?
Jim, the fire marshal has not yet ruled on a cause. However, a source tells Action News that traces of an accelerant have been detected leading up a stairwell to a second-floor apartment here. An apartment where the woman who is known to live here has not been seen at work. However, the victim has not yet been positively identified.
And I saw flames coming out the front door, out front, and it just moved really fast. That's the thing that's really scary, and it just went everywhere quick.
In the devastating aftermath of a row home fire on Kingston Road, a tragic discovery is made. A severely burned woman is dead inside. Action News has learned that investigators think the blaze is suspicious, and about 2.5 hours before the fire was first spotted, Upper Darby police officers had been dispatched to the vicinity to check out the report of a woman screaming, but found nothing. One neighbor says he last saw the woman who lived in the second-floor apartment about 6 or 7 in the morning moving her vehicle. He said she had a girlfriend visiting recently, and since the fire broke, he hasn't seen either of them or the vehicle.
Well, I'm not sure whether it was her or a girlfriend, because she brought a girlfriend over this weekend, you know, and I'm feeling sorry that because, you know, I hate to see anybody pass away, especially like that.
Another sinister report coming from the neighborhood. A witness claims to have seen a man leave this row home with a blue bag in hand and go into the vehicle belonging to the woman who lived in the second-floor apartment. That man has not been found. Live in Upper Darby, Michelle McCormack, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Michelle. A supermarket worker from Norristown today pleaded guilty to the rape and murder of a co-worker in November of 2002. And as Walter Perez reports, the plea came as the victim's children looked on.
You could hear the sound of weeping as the victim's children delivered impact statements to the court. They described Alice Huffnagel as a strong woman who lived for her children. And they described the horror of knowing how their mother died.
The pain of my family, my sisters, nieces, nephews, Alice's grandchildren were all really still dumbfounded by what has happened, and it's going to take a long time till we get over it.
It was nearly 2 years ago when Vampel, who worked with Huffnagel at a supermarket in Bluebell, broke into her home in East Norriton. When police arrived, Huffnagel was found half naked and bound with duct tape. The 67-year-old had been robbed, brutally beaten, and raped. Today, Jeffrey Vampel pleaded guilty and received life in prison without parole. Now, during the hearing, Jeffrey Vampel was given the opportunity to address the victim's family. During that time, he said he was sorry, he was remorseful, and he wished he could take back what he did. Huffnagel's daughter, Alice Clemens, says she needed to hear that apology.
Everybody has a God that they have to answer to, and for him to stand up and say, yes, I did it, meant more to me than having a jury find him guilty.
Meantime, Vampel's family members say, while the Huffnagels deal with the grief, they have to deal with the shame.
We give the family the deepest sympathy, and we're sorry that that happened to their mother. And we just got to deal with what's happening with Jeffrey right now. The same thing. It works both ways. And
Alice Huffnagel leaves behind 6 adult children and 10 grandkids. We've also learned that she was to become a great-grandmother for the first time early next year. In Norristown, Walter Perez, Channel 6 Action News.
Authorities have identified the 4 people who died in yesterday's small plane crash at New Garden Airport in Chester County. 38-year-old Gary Megson of Avondale, the pilot, and his 8-year-old son Peter were killed in the crash, along with 45-year-old Stephen Asbden and his 12-year-old son Jack. They are from Manchester, England. Megson had moved to Avondale recently to work for AstraZeneca, and the Asbdens were visiting on vacation. The plane crashed while Megson was practicing touch-and-go landings, setting a hangar on fire and destroying several parked cars. The FAA is now investigating. A Delaware County soldier has been killed in Iraq. The Pentagon confirms the death of 21-year-old Army Specialist Nicholas Zangara of Glen Olden. He died Saturday when a roadside bomb exploded near Tikrit. Zangara was a member of the 1st Infantry Division Field Artillery Regiment. This is a live picture from inside the Fleet Center in Boston. The Democratic National Convention was actually called to order just over 2 hours ago. It is currently in recess. The first day doesn't really get going until after dinner. The schedule calls for a speech by former Vice President Al Gore at about 8 p.m. Former President Jimmy Carter will address the convention at about 9. And then tonight's primetime offering will be a speech by former President Bill Clinton. He will be introduced by Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton. It has been a relatively quiet start to the convention. Pennsylvania delegates heard from Governor Ed Rendell and Senator Joe Biden of Delaware this morning at a breakfast meeting, and while New Jersey delegates breakfasted with Governor Jim McGreevey. Security is extraordinarily tight all over Boston for the first national party here since 9/11. Inside the Fleet Center earlier today, President Carter practiced his speech tonight, and Patti LaBelle rehearsed for her performance. And in case you haven't heard, there is buzzing in Boston over last night's confrontation between Teresa Heinz Kerry and a reporter. After Heinz Kerry spoke to the Pennsylvania delegation, the reporter from a conservative Pittsburgh newspaper asked her about her criticism of some political campaigns as un-American.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say activity or un-American. Those are your words.
Moments later, she came back to talk to the reporter again, finally telling him to, quote, shove it.
Tribune review? Of course. Understandable. You said something I didn't say. Now shove it.
Well, Action News reporter Vernon Odom is now live inside the Fleet Center. From our perspective here, Vernon, it seems like Mrs. Heinz Kerry's short but pointed request of that reporter is perhaps dominating a conversation in Boston today.
Jim, it's not dominant, but it has generated a considerable amount of buzz here on the opening day of what is supposed to be a very tightly scripted 4 days. We start with reaction from a well-known Philadelphian who has a very great reputation for being very outspoken herself.
I've known Teresa Heinz for quite a while. She's quite bright, and she is extraordinarily outspoken.
Lynn Abraham and thousands of others are here as cheerleaders for the Democratic ticket, and they're quick to try to put the best face on the would-be First Lady's salvo.
I'm sure that she's very much chastened by what happened, but I'm sure she was extremely aggravated as well.
I think there will be some in the public that will be very unhappy with that, but I think those are the people that probably wouldn't vote for John Kerry anyway.
Many staunch Democrats say they are thrilled that Teresa Heinz Kerry shoots from the hip, especially when it's aimed at the far right.
I think it's great. I think it's about time somebody told these right-wing zealot reporters to cut the manipulation, because that's what they're doing, and that's what she really was saying.
You think it'll hurt the campaign?
Won't hurt the campaign at all.
And she spoke from her heart, as she always does. And the comment that the reporter got her to say doesn't even hold a candle to Dick Cheney's comments. But she'll say what she thinks.
Teresa Heinz Kerry's confrontation with the journalist took place at a Pennsylvania delegation reception last night, moments after she consulted with Governor Ed Rendell, known to be outspoken himself. Today, Rendell said he didn't see anything wrong with what Heinz Kerry said. Today, a spokesperson for Heinz Kerry issued the following statement, quote, "This was sheer frustration aimed at a right-wing rag that has consistently and purposely misrepresented the facts in reporting on Mrs. Kerry and her family." Today on the campaign trail in Florida, her husband essentially said, "Let Teresa be Teresa."
I think my wife speaks her mind appropriately.
Jim, no one who knows Teresa Heinz Kerry expects her to become a shrinking violet in the days ahead. It was already going to be a rough and tumble campaign, and you can expect her to be out on the front lines virtually every day, relishing the verbal combat. Live at the Fleet Center in Boston, Vernon Odom, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Vernon. Meanwhile, the Kerry campaign is getting ready for its rally on the Ben Franklin Parkway in front of the Art Museum Tuesday evening at 6. This will be the last stop for Kerry and running mate John Edwards before they go to the convention, and that provides ample evidence that there is no state more important to the campaign strategy to regain the White House and Pennsylvania, its 21 electoral votes. That is our convention coverage for the moment. ABC News will have more on the World News tonight right after our broadcast, and live coverage at 10 o'clock tonight. Vernon Odom and Dan Quayer will continue their reports from Boston tonight on Action News at 11. Coming up on Action News tonight, a man who has been working hard to help flood victims in Lumberton finds himself in need of some help, and he gets it. And getting ready for the Eagles at Lehigh University, can you believe it? I can believe it. Cloud cover moving in. We had a very nice day today. Got up to 84 degrees, but some changes are on the way. We'll tell you about it when we take a look at the AccuWeather forecast. Scott Palmer also has the latest on the Phillies and big change in plans for Smarty Jones when Action News continues tonight.
Perfect homes, perfect lawns, the perfect place to hide a secret. Something is buried on Wisteria Lane. Desperate Housewives, Sundays this fall on ABC.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for. The Ford Authorized Clearance, where you can get America's most trusted SUV, Ford Explorer. The one that outsells every other SUV. The one with a free third row seat and free moonroof. Now Explorer is the one with $5,000 cash back or lease for $299 a month. The Ford Authorized Clearance. This is the one event you don't want to miss. Visit your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You know, you really don't have to do this. Just replace your old gutters with GutterGuard. It's a patented system with 2 channels that draws water in but keeps trash out. It's not going to clog. If it ever does, we'll clean it. So please, call GutterGuard. GutterGuard, because you've got better things to do. Call 1-866-872-4888.
There's a lot to be excited about in the all-new rooms at Red Roof Inn. There's a big new workstation with plenty of space and lots of light. There's a microwave and a fridge, always a plus. There's a big new TV. It's got premium cable, movies, and video games. We even updated the bathrooms with granite countertops and more. And when we say all new, we're not fooling around. Now renovating in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Book an all-new room at redroof.com or 1-800-RED-ROOF. Red Roof Inn and Accor Hotel.
We have superpowers. We are protectors of the innocent and champions of freedom. We can fly you quickly to safety, react with superhuman reflexes, and shield you within a fortress of steel. Introducing the 210 horsepower all-wheel drive Subaru Forester, the best small SUV ever tested by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety.
My work here's done.
The new Subaru.
The cleanup continues in the South Jersey communities hit hard by flooding 2 weeks ago. Tonight, one community is rallying around a resident who has lost his home, but not his spirit. We get that story from Action News reporter Denise James.
David Frake welcomed help from friends and neighbors as he moved into a temporary apartment.
Everything he could possibly use to get him started. We bought the furniture, we bought all his cleaning and cooking utensils, microwave oven, pillows.
And I'll have a place to shower and plenty of food and drinks.
The 38-year-old mentally challenged Lumberton resident's one-room Creekside home flooded 2 weeks ago when David's parents died. He lived with a surrogate mother and tended her gardens until she died 8 years ago. Then he used a $20,000 grant to buy this property. It had electricity, a wood-burning stove for heat and cooking, and an outhouse.
It wasn't livable, but I made the best of it while I was there.
How did you manage?
It was tough. It was hard. At times I went hungry, times I went thirsty, times I went dirty.
David paid property taxes out of his $600 monthly Social Security check. He maintained but didn't know how to update the property.
He didn't have a lot down there, and the flood destroyed what very little that he did have. And now we need to find a way to make it better than it was to begin with, because it really shouldn't have been that way.
During the last week, the kind-hearted man who cannot read or write helped neighbors clear flood debris from their homes. Because FEMA's $5,100 grant won't be enough to rebuild his home, neighbors have established a fund for David at the Sterling Bank and are soliciting help from contractors. For now, he'll use a FEMA grant to live in his apartment, and wherever he's needed, help others.
I hate to see other people in that same situation, and if I can help, I like to help.
In Lumberton, New Jersey, Denise James, Channel 6 Action News.
I think I saw the same glasses at Four Eyes for a lot less.
Yeah, but they're not the same. These glasses speak French. Je n'ai marre de ma vie.
Four Eyes. Find the brands, find the prices, lose the attitude.
The newly designed Nissan Altima. Engaging. A shift in style. From fit to finish. It's forward thinking. Introducing the beautifully redesigned 2005 Nissan Altima. Now with 1,000 cash back for a limited time. 1,000 cash back. Enlightening. See your Nissan dealer now.
The end of Jane Sobieski's day is just as hectic as the beginning, so ShopRite's helping make life as easy as possible. Jane can always find lots of great meal ideas in our seafood department. Then she adds a fresh tossed salad, and tonight's meal is one everybody will love.
Make ShopRite your back-to-school headquarters. This 5-subject notebook is $1.99. 2 wireless notebooks are only 99 cents, and a 10-pack of pencils is only 25 cents.
Always fresh and always for less. ShopRite.
Buick presents a summer sensation
Rendezvous, SUV versatility, 26 miles per gallon highway. Right now, there's $5,000 closeout cashback, making a 2004 Rendezvous CX available for around $21,800. Or current GM Smart Lease lessees can lease a 2004 CX now for around $229 a month. Call for residency restrictions and details. See your Buick dealer.
Yes, can I...
That's for charging me too much for my glasses.
Four Eyes. Find the brands, find the prices, lose the attitude.
If you see news happening, call the Action News tip line toll-free at 866-NEWS-6 or contact us online at WPVI.com.
Scott Palmer in for Gary Papa tonight, and they are getting the practice fields up at Lehigh ready for you-know-who.
It's that time, Jim, and for you-know-what, this is the week Eagles fans have been waiting for. The offseason is over. Training camp kicks off tomorrow. The action cam was at Lehigh today, as Jim is talking about. The field is marked, dorms are ready, and tomorrow night the rookies and selected vets will start checking in. The first workouts are set for Wednesday. Today, before he took off for camp, I talked with Eagles offensive coordinator Brad Childress about a season filled with high expectations.
Well, I don't think anybody puts any higher expectations on us than us, but we're very excited to go to camp, and it's just part of that process, you know, hammering out those exhibition games and then getting ready for the season.
This year, Brad Childress adds Terrell Owens to a mix with a healthy Brian Westbrook. We'll be live at camp on Action News tomorrow. Tonight, the Phillies start a make-it-or-break-it 13-day four-city road trip, and it begins in Florida, where the Phillies have had a real hard time. Phillies lost their last 6 in that city in September when they bowed out of the race. Kevin Millwood pitches tonight. He gave up that shot to Jeff Conine. He knows the importance of this road trip.
I think if we think about it as a long road trip, we're in trouble. You know, it's just we got to go out and think of it game by game. And if we start to get ahead of ourselves, that's where we're going to get into trouble.
It's big. It's big. We play some good teams. You know, we go into Florida and then, obviously into Chicago and then out west. So I think it's going to be a big test for our club. You know, there's some pretty good clubs, and it'll be big for us to see kind of where we stand in this whole deal.
It's very important, but every game here on out is important. Going to Florida and Chicago and then the West Coast, so it's going to be fun.
One more look at yesterday's blooper that cost Eric Milton a possible no-hitter. Doug Glanville said he froze. Couldn't get to the ball as Milton wound up losing that no-hitter. The Phillies, though, hung on to get the win after Pat Burrell singled home the game-winning run in the 9th inning.
We won the game. We just took 2 out of 3 from a great ball club. We're fighting to get back into first place, so it was a good win.
The important thing is, we were never losing this game, so. We were tied going to the bottom of the 9th, and our big boys up there, so we were in a great position there.
Late word on Billy Wagner. He threw a short time ago in Miami, said he felt better, but will not pitch in tonight's game. There will be no Smarty Party at the Pennsylvania Derby. Smarty Jones has pulled out of the big Labor Day race at Philadelphia Park. This is a major surprise. The horse's owners say he isn't hurt. It seems he just isn't ready to run right now.
There's still a lot to find out about exactly what is bothering Smarty. And again, we're talking about a lot of breeding money involved here too. So in terms of what the rest of his racing career is, that really is up in the air right now.
Trainer John Service says he still plans to run Smarty Jones in the Breeders' Cup, but he's not going to run at the Pennsylvania Derby, and that's a big blow to Philadelphia Park, Jim.
All right, Scott. Still to come on Action News, Dave Roberts and that 5-day AccuWeather forecast when we continue in just a moment.
I was at the buffet and I won.
It started flashing, blink, 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 and I won. I won right here.
We're eating dinner
and we won.
I won. In the coffee shop.
Drinking a Coke. It was awesome.
Sign up for a Total Rewards card today and get a free Win Finder. If it lights up, you'll win a 12-pack of Coke that could be worth $25,000. Winners will qualify for the Winning Will Find You $1 million prize. Only at Harrah's Atlantic City and Showboat.
We were right here.
And we won.
Applebee's new Carside to Go is here.
Well, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, little darling.
With Carside to Go, you can make dinner just by making a call.
Let's go again once more.
Plus, we'll deliver the food straight from our kitchen to your car.
Oh, pretty baby, I love you so.
So try Applebee's new Carside to Go. It's not fast food, it's Applebee's food fast.
Eating good in the neighborhood. Let's go!
Don't be scared, son.
Ed! It's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
Yeah, looking good. Keep working. Not under the boat now. Here, you got it? You got it? Yeah, get in.
Bummer, it's just an 8-footer.
Oh, well, throw it back.
Yeah. A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. Go to Southwest.com for Southwest Airlines $49 internet specials from Philadelphia to Florida. Purchase by August 5th. You are now free to move about the country.
Does your handkerchief match your tie, or does your tie match your handkerchief?
I have no idea.
You just match each other.
I can't tell. It's
Cross-match.
supposed to all work together.
And it does.
Thank you very much. Thank you, James. I appreciate your approval. And I authorize that statement. All right, Storm Tracker 6 Live. There's no precipitation out there right now. Watching a little stuff around the Allentown area, but well to the north and west of Allentown. Let's take a look at the numbers today. Temperature-wise, how did we do? Well, Philadelphia got up to a warm 84 degrees. Allentown 79 for Reading, the same. 78 in Lancaster, go down south. Wildwood 72, 78 in Atlantic City. Lakehurst 78 degrees. And Trenton at 79. Again, 84 today in Philadelphia. Here's the satellite along with action radar. Watching increasing clouds over the past 12 hours. We're also watching a pocket of precipitation both to our north, to our west, and then down to the south. Look at this line as it extends from western Pennsylvania all the way down to the Gulf. Some pretty good moisture developing there. So we've got moisture coming from the west, and we've got some ocean moisture coming in off the ocean. 68 degrees overnight, mostly cloudy. Could be a shower around, most likely. No one will see any precipitation before the midnight hour. Now, as we go into tomorrow, we see that frontal system just lifting a little bit and bringing in some of that moisture. Clouds and showers, possibly a thunderstorm. Tomorrow's high, we expect to get near 80 degrees. Might fall a little short if we have mostly cloud cover tomorrow without any sunshine at all. Down the shore, clouds and sun, a little better situation down there. Not much though, a few showers and a thunderstorm. Burn index is low. The water temperature 73 degrees. 80 in Cape May, 79 in Ocean City, 78 Long Beach Island. Down the shore come tomorrow. And then as we look to Wednesday, we're trying to clear this system out. We're not going to have much luck. Clouds turning to some sun, maybe some rain in the morning as we try to get that frontal system through. So the call from AccuWeather is the clouds are moving in. They're in the process of doing that right now. 67 degrees up there in the Poconos, 79 in Allentown, 73 for Wildwood. Trenton checking in at 78 degrees. Our low was 64. Our high came at 321 this afternoon. It was 84 degrees in the northeast, 79, 80 outside the station, 81 for Center City, 79 the official number at the airport, and 79 in Camden. We're live on Sky 6. Look at that cloud formation over the airport. Lots of clouds. 79 degrees, humidity 52%, the barometer 30.08. It's steady winds out of the east, 14 miles an hour. Ocean temperature 73 degrees. The exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast tonight, turning cloudy. You just saw that live on Sky 6. 68 degrees tomorrow, showers and a thunderstorm on a settled pattern, 80 degrees. Cloudy, then sun, still maybe a shower, 84. And then we're into warm and humid, 86, 88, and 88 degrees. So the clouds taking over, showers moving in, some rain, some showers on the way.
Thank you, David. World News Tonight is next on Channel 6. Action News continues at 11. For the entire Action News team, I'm Jim Gardner. We hope you'll join us later tonight.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Verizon Communications.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for, the Ford Authorized Clearance. F-150 is the one that's earned the right to be the 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Plus, get your F-150 with a premium tow and go package at no extra charge. Now get into an F-150 with $3,500 cash back or lease for $279 a month. F-150 is the one with over $4,700 in savings, only at the Ford Authorized Clearance. This is the one event you don't want to miss. Visit your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together and try them out.
famous.
There is no one better prepared to keep the American people safe than this man. And if you have any question about what John Kerry's made up, just spend 3 minutes with the men who served with him 30 years ago, who still stand by his side. They saw up close when their lives were at risk that this man is a leader, that he has courage, determination, and he would never leave any American behind.
I'm John Kerry, and I approve this message.
Hyundai's on a winning streak, and during Hyundai's winning streak summer clearance, save big on the Hyundai Sonata, named highest-ranked entry midsize car at Initial Quality by J.D. Power & Associates. It's this dedication to initial quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Plus, you get $2,000 cash back or 0% APR on every Sonata. So don't buy another car before you check out Hyundai's winning streak summer clearance. Get a 2004 Hyundai Sonata with $2,000 cash back at your local Hyundai dealer.
Jim Gardner and Peter Jennings, only on 6